Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Samuel Lager here representing Team JVS. I'm back here again for another movie review. Now, this film, Nezha, it came out in 2019, and the reason why I am reviewing it now is because I had a back-to-back feature of seeing Nezha, as well as ZHA. That is a newly featured Chinese animation that came out in 2020 that now is available to release in home video as well as streaming services as of February the 9th. Now, Nezha is a movie that I'm going to be reviewing right now, but then I'm going to be reviewing ZHA in just a second. Okay, so the synopsis reads, born with a unique powers, a boy recruited to fight demons and save the community that fears him. Now, that is the most simplistic version of this story, because the story, from an animation standpoint, visually this is amazing. Like, it is a spectacle. They use proper CG animation to its utmost. On every facet and every level, there's never a moment that it skips a beat in terms of what is really happening visually and immersively. It is always a spectacle. It's always keeping you engaged, as well as the comedic timing for even though a lot of the times with the dubbing, as far as like the lip movements, it's not synchronized at any time, at any moment. But I'm not taken out of it, because even with the scripting for the dialogue for the actual English voice actors, it's still presentable because the voice acting cast actually does an amazing job. Specifically the main character of Nezha. But specifically also the parents. The parents play a pivotal role in this. But the parents play a pivotal role in this because one of the biggest things about their role is they have a son that has been embedded at birth with this bead that, you know, it's not a, what's the word without spoiling too much? Let's just say this. Imagine you got two different beads. One that is pure evil incarnate, and then one that is of light and of spirit and of hope. And the one of evil incarnate goes into your son at birth. And at the moment that he's even born, like, he is shackled in submission of where he came from this specific bead. Then the other bead is pushed to a different location, to a specific breed of creatures that have their own birth of their own human fusion that has the lighter spirit. And like, as the parents, they understand this from the beginning. Like, it's not like they're kind of like caught up to speed later on, because there is an overseer. There is somebody that, you know, was tasked with doing this a certain kind of way, and it did not work out that way because there are unforeseen circumstances that do happen. And I think that that's the thing that makes it so much more captivating, because there's a clock. There's a clock on everybody, from the main character, from the parents, from the impending doom that is going to unearth this community as well as these people. And by the end of the film, personally, for me, I was in tears. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, this got me very emotional. Not just as a parent, but the main character of Nezha, he specifically, you know, he's born with the curse, you know, and at his nature, at his core, like, he can't even control himself in some of the things that he's capable of doing, and is terrorizing the people that are closest around him, you know, not even on purpose. Like his life in and of itself is something that he even understands and has to rectify with the people that he interacts with, what he does, why he does it. And throughout the film, you know, you're going through his metamorphosis into being whatever he's supposed to be. It's that the film focuses on that even though you're born with something, even though you're inherently put in a position, that doesn't define you, because you have choice. You have option, even in the midst of turmoil, even in the midst of your own inner turmoil, there can be a light. And I think that this film takes that and just runs with it. But again, as far as the visuals for this, it's amazing. Like, it is top-notch CGI. The soundtrack is actually really engaging. The characters are actually really funny. The only problem that I had with was the mother character and the mentor character, the deity mentor character. I feel like their character motivations, it was just washed under the rug. Some of the things that they decided to do that put a lot of this, you know, in the situation that we're in. The father, though, the main character's father, I was caught off guard by him. Like, I really was caught off guard by his expression and understanding of capability of love. Like, I personally took that to heart. I personally would want to make sure that, you know, I love my son, or I love, like, my children to the levels and the depths what he was willing to do. And I'm not going to get choked up here. But yeah, it was amazing. It really was one of the better animated films that I'd seen in years. And specifically, like, the action. The action is amazing. Like, they spared no expense. Like, some of the fight scenes were some of the best that I'd seen in a long time. And I think during that year, let me make sure, 2019, this one just came out? I believe so. I think this came out in 2019, it wasn't 2020. And this was amazing, but some of the fights in this and the continuous motions of fights, like, as it got closer and closer towards the end, I was like, I had no idea personally how it was actually going to end. And even the way that it ended, like, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It wasn't exactly like this happy-go-lucky thing, but I dared to hope while watching, in the midst of the action, in the midst of the craziness, in the midst of the things that you don't know emotionally where it was going to take you, this movie takes you there. And I really, truly appreciate it. And I was glad to have watched this before looking at the new feature film that I'm about to go and review right now. As far as a review number for me, this was an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. This is one of the better animated Chinese animations that I had seen in quite some time. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you go to the comment section below, leave a like, or leave your comments on have you seen this movie or not. Make sure you leave a like on this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.